Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today behind me we have 60 wonderful people, all supporters of this channel, and all here on the new FTB Odyssey subserver. So, everybody, say hi. So today, I hope my audio sounds a little bit better. I do have some more furniture in here and an actual rug now, so things should sound a lot better here in the studio. But some things we're going to work on today. We're going to work on getting all of these animals here. That's right. Or at least one animal. And we're going to be generating a bunch of them. And then, you know, slaughtering them. I'm sorry, Mr. Chicken. But you're going to have to go. And I think we're going to use chickens. Chickens seem to be the best. They have the lowest health pool. And we should be able to spawn them fairly easy and generate a bunch of them. And you may be wondering, why am I going to do that? Well, there is a crate that is generated by passive mobs. Let's take a look at loot boxes or loot crates. And you see this one, it says breedables, right? And look at what it generates. Yeah. That is all the tier 1 and tier 2 seeds. And also pretty much all of the chickens. Yeah. Which is going to really help us out because there is a chickens quest, and right here is some seeds. So this will at least get us to a point where we don't have to breed as much. So making this little setup where we can automate the the killing of chickens should be fairly easy to do. At least I hope. So in order to do that, let's head over to our ME system, and we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a syringe. Well, more than just a syringe. We need a spawner. Not any type of spawner, but an Rftools spawner, because that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be using an Rftools setup for this. Now, I haven't done anything Rftools yet, so we need to learn this block and store it. And that should allow us to make that spawner. And then we need a syringe, which is pretty. It's super simple to make. Okay. We need a glass bottle. Bam. Then we have a syringe. So this completes a couple quests. We also have a few other quests. Oh, we got a illuminating curiosity. 64 of them. What knowledge does this hold? I'm pretty sure these unlock knowledge for you. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is... Yeah, that is like knowledge. Oh, that's super awesome. We're going to have to save those for later. That's kind of cool that we got those, though. Those will, when we work on Thaumcraft, that's going to make it a lot easier. Of course, we could, well, look at how much money we have. We have 500,000 at this moment. We could buy stuff to accelerate things if we really wanted to, but I'm not too concerned about that right now. Let's go ahead and finish this. We'll talk about that in another episode. But what I need to do is get in here with one of these chickens and just kind of punch it with the syringe a few times. Uh-oh. Avoid the rooster. We'll take him out. He does. We need to turn this back into a chicken. So click it with a chicken. Alright. Make sure we don't hit any other mob because that does affect it. So there's that one. That's 30%. Oh, I'm so sorry, chicken. Where are we at? 50? I think we're going to spawn some more chickens in. So we can get some eggs spawned in here. And some seeds will probably do. We should need a few. I wonder if baby chickens actually would work as well with the syringe. See, we're at 50. Oh yeah, they totally work. And we have 100% chicken. So, we can take our spawner and place it down for right now, and we place this inside. It's going to tell us what we need. So, it looks like we're going to need dirt, some kind of organic matter, right? Something fairly simple to produce. Leaves look like they'd probably be the easiest to produce. And then feathers. So all of this we should be able to put in here very easily. And then we just need some power to be able to spawn some chickens. That seems pretty reasonable, right? Let's pull the syringe out. We'll break you. And we need a mob grinder. So let's get a Mob grinder. Did not mean to unlearn that. There we go. So we have a mob grinder, and we can of course spam this thing with max upgrades. Why not? There we go. And let's place this on a block. Maybe a machine frame. That'd probably look kind of good. So I'm gonna place it right here. Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, we can't place machine frames. What am I thinking? We can do cobble brick. I think that would look pretty good. So right there, and then on that, we'll go this, which I think looks pretty good. We can put a lever on there to turn this thing on and off. Put the upgrades in. Good to go. Now, one block above this, I want to put the spawner. But the spawner needs to be turned the other direction. So, let's rotate that. There we go. I think it's facing down now. So that should be one block. Perfect. And now we should be able to just spawn it, because it should spawn directly where this is at. And work just fine. Now, next to that, we're going to have to get the matter beamers. Now, we need 3 of them. So we should be able to handle 3 of them fairly easy. We're also going to need a smart wrench for this. And let's go ahead and make our matter beamers. These guys aren't too bad. There's a matter beamer. We'll learn that. And like I said, we only need 3 of these technically. We need to figure out where we're going to put them. I'm thinking right here would be fine. Here. And maybe here. This will all be fine. And it's going to send to this. So we need to shift right click. Or not shift right click. Right click. Here and link it to that. Just right click and click the other block. And those are all now linked. So what we should be able to do is get these guys pumped with the material they need. What's a good way to do that? Because we're going to need a lot of these materials. And we need to send them faster. So we might have to use more than one matter beamers. We might have to use a few of them. For at least some of the organic matter. We at least need 3 of these though. And we need a way to pipe to them. I'm going to assume that Ender.io conduits will be pretty fast, relatively fast for this process. And shouldn't have too many issues with that. So we'll link those. Of course, we do have upgrades for this. So that's going to be extract always active and insert. Insert. Extract always active. Extract always active and insert. Perfect. So with those all set, let's go ahead and get some upgrades. We'll put max speed upgrades in these things on the extract. There we go. Honestly, I don't think I'm going to need anything to cover this because it should kill them instantly. We'll find out. If so, we might cover this up, but I think for right now this might be just fine. Now we are going to need a hopper. An absorption hopper. I think what I'm going to do is make a... Let's see. Experience obelisk. For this. That'd be probably a good idea. Is it not in here? There it is. So, we should have about everything for this. There's another experience obelisk. Perfect. So, if I set this, I don't know, right here, or maybe above this, it should reach. Let's set it here. I was hoping I could reach that. But nope. Alright, Yeta wrench. This is where the Yeta wrench comes in handy. There we go, we turn that off. And this guy is going to have items, or going to have experience pumped to the top. So up is going to be fluid. That's going to go to that. And then we just need some kind of crate. And then we also need to filter some stuff. So we'll use the crate as a buffer. And then down there we'll have a filter that's pulling items out. Okay, so pretty much this is set up. We need to look. This is north. So we need north. Go in items. And this is just about ready to go. Right? We need to set our items. So leaves. We can do... What all was it? It was leaves. Let's put this back in here. Leaves, dirt, and feathers. Okay, so we'll do feathers here. Leaves in this one. And then over here, we'll do dirt. So that should be sending that there. Now we're going to need power. Each one of these get power, and I believe the spawner even gets power. And it'll probably automatically turn on as soon as we hit the last one. So I do need to turn this on. You can see it's already sending. And that should be the last one. So I did have everything set up correctly, minus needing a lever on these guys. So you have to have a lever to be turned on to send the matter to this. And then it's going to start spawning chickens. Only once there's enough of this. Now, what I might do to speed this up, I'm going to make more than one of these matter beamers. The ones that's sending the matter, because this is going to be fine. It's the matter ones that are, yeah, bad. So let's take 2 more beamers for the matter beamers. We'll split those up. Of course, they need levers on them as well. Actually, this might actually extend from this lever. So I may not need to. Because I think pretty sure it powers these blocks. But we do need to give them some power. There's one that's got power. This one's got power. And then we just need item conduits. And the item conduits are going to need to be on insert and linked. Okay, it does look like it is going to need a lever. Oh boy. Don't get too close to that, by the way. Oh boy. Yeah, that thing will kill you pretty quick. It's a one-shot blow. So there. We will go ahead and link that. Put the lever on it. And there we go. We have a bit more matter going to that. That should go a little bit faster now. But I still want it to go faster than that. It's still not fast enough. Man, I mean, seriously, maybe just... Maybe we do need a few more of these. I mean, this is not probably not the best way to get mobs to spawn, but it is a way that I like. We'll set that. We'll do the same process. Lever it up. And just feed it some more items. There we go. Insert. That should definitely feed more items in. Right. Okay. Yeah, there it goes. So it should, every time this completes, it should spawn another chicken. Alright. And what that's going to do is collect in here. We need to filter out some of these items. I don't want inferium, I don't want raw chicken, I don't want feathers. Right? So those are a few things that I don't want. Everything else I want to be stored in here. So what I can do is get a filter. And we're probably going to go with Ender.io since that's what we've been using. Just make a basic item filter. It's pretty simple. Paper and hoppers. Save that. And that has a pretty simple setup there. So this, and this all need to go into here. So this is an extract, this can be an insert. And then we can set up the basic filter to filter these things out. So, chicken, feathers, inferium, and I think that's it. That's all that produces, right? Yes. Alright, and we'll filter that out. We also need a trash can. Let's see. Quantum storage. We'll go with the normal trash can. I think that's probably going to be the better one. That should have no problems. Perfect. We'll come back over here. And we can set this on the side. Now, this should still only pull out. If we check the filter here. It says match and it's on whitelist. So the whitelist. So this will only pull these items out of this chest. So we'll click that always active. That should start pulling them out, and it should start leaving these crates in here. Yep, so there it goes. Perfect. And if we want, we can put some extract upgrade speeds in here. Speed upgrades. And of course, that'll keep this nice and clean. Look at that. Wouldn't even know. Now, Inferium Essence. I thought I added that to the list. It is. Oh, this needs to be set on insert. Now, this will be priority 1, and this will be priority 0. The higher the priority, it'll basically go, oh, this has a higher priority, and this is number 1. I'm going to go in here. This is lower. I'm going to go in here second. And that's exactly what this will do. So, that's what I wanted to do. And so far, it should be working pretty good. And this is going to be self-sustaining. It's going to work on its own. And I'm not going to have to really worry about it. It's also going to be generating some more experience for me. And so I can kind of leave this in the background and hopes that we get those chests that produce the breedables, because the breedables are going to guarantee us some chickens that we don't have to grind for, which I'm perfectly fine with. So I went ahead and added a couple more beams to the spawner over there, and it's producing them a little bit faster. It's doing it, basically as soon as they die, another one spawns and it kills it again. And it's doing a pretty good job of keeping up over here, right? So take a look. We are getting our different chests. Now, I am wanting specific ones, so I'm hoping that we'll start getting those or see those by the end of today's episode. I hope. But we have some other things that we really need to get done. So, let's go into extra utilities. Extra Utilities is going to provide a lot of functionality for us. Of course, it's a utility mod, which is going to make things a little bit easier for us later on. But we need to kind of get it started. So a resonator is going to be something we definitely need to get right off the bat. So a resonator, and then we need to start using this resonator. But before we can do that, well, we need to make a manual mill. Now, we are going to need polished stone, which we should be able to get from stone. If it shows up in here. Stone brick. Yeah. We should be able to get that. So. Or I guess just regular stone. Throw that in here. And that'll give us polished stone, which is probably something we need to learn, to be honest. It looks like he changed the texture of polished stone, to be honest. I don't remember it looking like that, so it looks a little bit different than I remember. At least the texture does. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just my monitor. Who knows? But anyways, We also need that. That's going to be used in a lot of recipes. So now we have it. Go ahead and throw that. Actually, we're going to need some of this polished stone. Let's take that. Bam. And we're going to go ahead and get this bad boy started. So the manual mill, the first part is getting up to that 8 GP. Now this will produce like 15 point something. It'll just, produce 15 GP grid power. And we have to just kind of, you can let off your mouse and everything. You can even go into the exit menu if you're in a server, or your chat menu. All of that works. But yeah, you can hold into it. And as you can see, it's going to make something called stone burnt, which requires grid power to do this. If you overload your grid power system, then none of this is going to work. So this is the first way of getting it. Now we're going to need, I think, 6 pieces. You can see it even works while I'm in here looking at other recipes. But you can see stone burnt. We're going to need at least 6 of them to kind of get into our first simple setup for this. And that's going to require some water. The water one is pretty good. I'm not going to lie, it's pretty good. The dragon egg mill, it's the best. So dragon, let's do dragon egg. I still think, yeah, we can make the dragon egg, but you need, to get into mystical agriculture pretty deep. And these seeds even require dragon skull, so it requires you to have defeated the dragon, which we have not done yet. I love how our character is just punching away. So back to extra utilities. I wonder if I can do ext utils or util. No, I can't. I guess I always do extra utils and hope that works, but it didn't seem to work. All right, so we need this for the angel ring. We can buy an angel ring pretty cheap at this point. I think 50,000 is what it is for an angel ring. I would prefer to use an angel ring, so my tiara, I know it's nice and all, but the tiara does have a limited use, and it's kind of scary when you're over the edge and you think it might stop. So you got to be careful there. So having a angel ring, which we can buy, should be a better option. And also, the reason why I want to get this grid power up and running is because the actual upgrades on these extra utilities pipes are quite good. Probably some of the best in the pack. The speeds are phenomenal. And that's exactly what I want. I want to have some fast machines and fast piping and things like that in the single player world to be able to get this going. Also, if you want, you can make the Walrus. It's from a different mod, but it's a thing. Let's see. So we need to make this mill. And we are going to need one of those gears. And there we go. We can make ourselves a mill. Perfect. And this also completes a couple quests for us. So we can claim those and, take our money. So what this is going to do is it's going to remove the need for this manual mill. Now we need to figure out where exactly we want to place this. I was thinking maybe down here in these corner pieces. Might be a good place for these mills so it's out of the way. We see them, but they're not making any sound. And let's see, dark. Probably pull this up. Might use some dark glass with some dark oak planks for this. For these mills down here. And of course, this is still kind of scary being here on the edge with this. Now, I'm going to come down here. This needs a little 3x3 area, basically. I'm going to come off to the side. And the bottom is going to be glass. That way we can kind of see through here. Then I need to break these. And there we go. So we have this little area here. I think I'm probably going to surround this with that basalt. I think it's going to be better looking. Basalt with a chisel. I think that'll work way better. There we go. We'll just remove this. There we go. All right, so what we need to do is place our mill right down in the center. Get ourselves our amulet. Evertide amulet. Place water here and here. And we should be producing 16 grid power. That's the max that this one can produce. And it is very, very good. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow us to not have to stand here and just manually hit that mill. This is going to work on its own. So what we need to do is, make, I would say, at least 4 of these water mills. That's going to give you 64 plus grid power. Of course, there is a efficiency loss. You can see there's a progressive efficiency loss. So 0 grid power to 64 has a 0 drop off. Once you start going above 64 to 128 grid power, you're going to have a 33% reduction in the efficiency of the mill, and it's going to produce less grid power. And then, of course, the higher you go, the more that is increased. So just keep that in mind, that water mills are only good to about 4 of them, and then they're kind of useless. And then you need to kind of switch to another type of mill. And these are not that great. The best one, by that point, you're probably going to be already at the Dragon Egg Mill, which by itself produces 500 grid power. And this grid power is going to be great, because we're going to need more than one resonator. This one resonator, it's kind of a pitiful thing by itself, but when you have multiples of these, it is going to be really, really, really smooth. And I think there's several things in here that require us to have grid power, right? Yes, we have to go through all the upgrades right here, which we will be doing, and setting up automation for them. We'll have to go through all these different upgrades for extra utilities. And there's quite a bit of them. And quite a lot of steps, actually, to produce those. By the way, our gasoline did complete, in case you were wondering. And that is actually a power source. Let's go ahead and check this bad boy. See what we got. Organics, rare, uncommon. Okay. Oh, we're picking up this stuff as well, which that's not as much. I'm wondering why I'm not getting chickens dropping. Oh, we're out of dirt. I'm curious now. Why is it out of dirt? Something's not right. Yet a wrench? Is one of these not producing dirt? That's producing a feather. That's producing dirt. Ah, it's on an insert. That makes sense. There it goes. Oh boy. Yep, that's one way to get them to spawn faster. Oh boy. Yeah, they're dropping like flies. I better get out of there. But anyways, that was an odd thing to see. That was a lot of chicken slaughter. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these done, and that will give me 4 more to kind of fill these areas with. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to build a little area out just like that. And I'm going to place my grid power in those sections. So in order for most of the extra utilities upgrades to get started, we need to make the actual base upgrade plate. So we're going to need some gold. And basically, we just take some weighted pressure plates right here, and you throw them in there and let them go. Now, the cool part about this is once we get our first few, we can thus make speed upgrades. And you want kind of to max this out. So our first speed upgrade is going to require this. And there we go. We got a speed upgrade. And we can throw that in there. Now this is going to require 16 grid power to produce 1. We have 64 grid power, so remember that. And we can put up to 4 of these base upgrades, these base speed upgrades, in this machine. So this is requiring 24. So now we're getting a bunch more of these. This should require at least 32, and one more should put it at like, what, 42 or something like that, 40 something? There we go, 40. And this is the max you can put in here. So you can see max upgrades is 4, and the power penalty tells you right there on the grid power, plus 4.38. Now that's on cables, I believe. That's not talking about this, the resonator, because as you can see, that actually increased quite a lot. But it is working out. And as you can see, we are producing a bunch of these bases. Now, you can see that these are used for different things, but the majority of them are used for these speed upgrades. And you're going to want a lot of speed upgrades because the speed upgrades to be able to put 16 in require these enchanted versions, which is the magical version. To get this, you need an enchanter. We're going to get into that very, very soon. The enchanting system is not that difficult to understand, but we can take a look at some more stuff from extra utilities here that will use up some of these experience that we have. So to get magical wood, that is something that is very important. We need a bookshelf, right? So I guess we can use any bookshelf. I probably want to use one of the base ones. So regular bookshelf right here. So yeah, we're gonna need some books. Do I not have any books yet? I should totally have books saved. Do. Just don't have them in here. Okay. So definitely books need to be in there. And there's the bookshelf. I don't think bookshelves are saved. There we go. So what we can do is take this in gold and get ourselves 6 of these and go into a normal crafting table and go back out of this to the extra utilities, and we can make ourselves some magical wood. It's going to require 4 experience a piece. I think we have to use a regular crafting table. Doesn't seem to be working even in that one. This one should work. So to do this, you'll see I have 5 levels down here. If I consume that, now we have 1. But if I go back down here, I can just grab some levels out. Let's not retrieve all of them. Take out 40. And we'll see, we put that in here with some gold. We need 6 of these. And 6 of them are going to equal an entire library of bookshelves. So very, very handy. If we take this and say we now have all 6, let's go ahead and place them. I can place them right here. If we place the block in front of this, let's go ahead and pull these out. If I place that enchanter, which we should be able to make now. Looks like we need, what kind of, just any enchanted book? I wonder if this one actually works, just a regular enchanted book. And we also need a machine block. There we go, and we got ourselves an enchanter. Now I can place this here, and this is going to require power. So I should grab a point. And we'll give this thing some power. I think I'll put the point under here so it's out of the way of automation. There we go. And we'll place that in. Perfect. All right, so this thing is up and ready to go. What this thing by default does is it'll just enchant books if you have certain materials in here. And then also we can throw some speed upgrades to make this faster. But let's take a look at some of the enchants that we need to make. Because going up that tier, right? Taking this and upgrading it, well, it's going to require some enchanted metal. Enchanted metal is golden lapis, and we can actually throw that in there. So gold, lapis, all of that. We can throw those 2 things in here, and that's going to start to enchant. But it does require these magical wood or a full setup of bookshelves, much like an enchantment table wrapping around this thing. Either way, it is going to work, and we can throw some upgrades in this. And the upgrades are, of course, just going to cost more grid power, basically. And this is the max that we can put in right now. But you can see we have enough of these ingots now that we should be able to upgrade these things. So that magical wood I was talking about, well, that's going to get us that apples, or we can enchant them like this. 16 apples, get us that. So we can take some apples, and you may think, oh, there's no use for apples. Well, now there is. See there? that should get us quite a bit. There we go. And that will allow us to make these upgrades. Right? So all we need is to take that and one of these bad boys. And that'll give us the next tier in the upgrade list. And which unlocks even more. So we've actually almost done this. This last one, this last top tier speed upgrade, right here, requires drops of evil and infused evil ingots. The infused evil ingots also require this, but they require a nether star. I think we can probably get this done today, to be honest, and get all these upgrades. Now, we have to buy the drop of evil, but that's okay. I mean, as of right now, until we get some more wither stuff done. And it looks like we can also get them potentially from whatever crate this is. I don't know what crate this is, but some kind of upgrades crate. But I guess we can go ahead and do this. Let's see. This right here, that's just iron and nether stars. And a lot of power, actually. That is another thing. It does require a bit of power, this one. So you can see, we can do that. If we throw this upgrade in, it's not going to be that much faster. But we do have enough here that we can upgrade this even further. We can throw more of those in there. Let's see, we have enough for 2 more. 2 more of these upgrades. And there we go. Perfect. We can throw those in there. That's going to speed that up just a little bit. And we should get what we need very soon. Look at that. 8 evil infused. Now we'll take one of these. And I'm going to go ahead and just buy some drops of evil. We need 4 of them. And that should give us everything to be able to complete this. This. And drops of evil on the outside. And that will get us the max upgrade for our extra utilities machines. Pretty cool. Like, super awesome. And we pretty much made our money back on those drops of evil. So last but not least, we need to buy that angel ring, and which I'm going to do so. That was 50. But right now, this right here, remember I said the cost is going to go way high once we do this? Well, yeah, now we need 89 million RF to complete 1 beast coin. Yeah, and that just keeps going up. You can see right here, the amount of power just keeps going higher and higher the more this works. But I expect that, and that's why you have to get better and better power the more you go. And that's why eventually you're going to need the TARDIS, which is one of the top things that you need to buy up here. It kind of talks about it. Also, if you need to look in your guides, there is a wonderful guide here that talks about tips and tricks right here, and then also talks about your introduction. That kind of tells you about the different islands and things like that. So yeah, keep that in mind. Pretty interesting. I would definitely give that guidebook a read and take a look at it. So now that we have that angel ring, well, we can put it in our bauble slot. And I don't know, it's a flugel tiara. Can we keep both of them on? Does it matter? I wonder. But this angel ring, we can do a little bit with it. We can give it wings. And I wonder, having different wings on us, how would that look? Maybe doing the coal and charcoal one? Let's see. I want to try that. Coal and charcoal. And putting our ring here. And having like good and evil wings. Will this work? Oh, it does. So we have the one-winged Sephiroth. Oh man, on here as well. Yeah, I don't know how much I like that, but I'll take this off. Let's see. What other cool things can we do with this? We can give it more angel ring or wings and just have so many angel rings. Leather gives us probably a better type. We can do leather. Let's do leather. So 2 pieces of leather. And then our ring. That'll be a better looking one, I think. It's still only got one wing coming out. Is that because of the Flugel Tiara? It's gotta be. It is. That's weird. Okay. So because of the Flugel Tiara being in here, it removes it. I think it has something to do with the helmet, the top piece, maybe. That is so weird. Look at that now. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, it definitely messes with it. That is hilarious. That we have both of them. Now, I do see our flight bar is kind of weird in a different mode. But, I don't know. We don't need the Flugel Tiara, to be honest. It's kind of, yeah, a thing we don't need anymore. So, let's do this. And we can take this, and we can still give ourselves the angel-type wings that we had. Except now, they're going to be without the Flugel Tiara. Nice. And they still do sort of an animation. They flap, which is really nice. But now we have created flight that is going to last us a good amount of time. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, a huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next episode. And as always, oh boy, thanks for watching.